In the small, sunny town of Meadowview, there lived a boy named Ben. Ben wasn't the strongest kid on the block, nor was he the fastest runner. But he had something much more valuable, a heart full of kindness and a spirit as honest as the day is long. His parents always told him, "Ben, honesty is like a boomerang. You send it out, and it always comes back to you, often with more than you gave." Ben held these words close, even if he didn't fully understand what they meant just yet. One bright Saturday morning, Ben was skipping down the cobblestone path on his way to the park. The birds were singing, the flowers were blooming, and the whole world seemed to be smiling. As he passed by Mr. Henderson's bakery, the sweet smell of freshly baked bread filled the air. He paused for a moment, imagining a warm loaf, when something on the ground caught his eye. Lying right there on the sidewalk was a worn, brown leather wallet. It was thick, bulging with what looked like a lot of cash and cards. Ben's heart started to beat a little faster. He looked around, but the street was empty. He could just take it. Nobody would know. He thought about all the things he could buy, the brand new comic book he'd been wanting, a giant tube of his favorite ice cream, maybe even that cool spaceship Lego set. His imagination ran wild for a second. But then, he thought about the person who lost it. They must be so worried, frantically searching their pockets, their hearts sinking with each empty pat. How would he feel if he lost his own pocket money? He'd be heartbroken. He remembered his parents' words about the boomerang of honesty. Taking a deep breath, Ben picked up the wallet. He decided right then and there what he had to do. He opened it carefully, looking for some identification. Inside, he found a driver's license with a picture of a kind-looking woman with smiling eyes. Her name was Mrs. Gable, and the address wasn't too far from the park. A wave of relief washed over Ben. Now he knew how to get it back to her. Clutching the wallet tightly, he changed his direction and headed towards the address on the license. It was a charming little house with a garden full of colorful roses. He felt a little nervous as he walked up to the bright blue door and rang the bell. A moment later, the door opened, and there stood the woman from the picture. She looked very distressed, with worry lines creasing her forehead. "Hello," Ben said politely, his voice a little shaky. "Are you Mrs. Gable?" The woman nodded, her eyes filled with concern. "Yes, I am." "Can I help you, young man?" Ben held out the wallet. "I think you might have lost this. I found it on the sidewalk near the bakery." Mrs. Gable's eyes widened in disbelief. She took the wallet, her hands trembling slightly. She looked from the wallet to Ben and back again. Then, her worried expression melted away and was replaced by the biggest, warmest smile Ben had ever seen. "Oh, my goodness. I've been looking everywhere for this. I was in such a panic. I have all my grocery money for the week in here. I didn't know what I was going to do." Tears of gratitude welled up in her eyes. "You are such an honest and kind young man. What's your name?" "I'm Ben," he said, a proud smile spreading across his own face. Mrs. Gable opened the wallet and pulled out a $20 bill. "Please, let me give you this as a reward for your honesty." Ben looked at the money, then back at her smiling face. He shook his head. "No, thank you, Mrs. Gable. I don't need a reward. Seeing you so happy is enough for me." Mrs. Gable was taken aback. She insisted, but Ben was firm. Finally, she sighed and put the money away. "Well, Ben," she said, her voice full of warmth, "you've done more than just return my wallet today. You've restored my faith in the goodness of people. Your parents must be so proud of you." As Ben walked away from the little house with the rose garden, he felt a strange, wonderful feeling inside. It was a feeling of pure happiness, lighter and brighter than any toy or treat could ever give him. He didn't get a new comic book or a spaceship Lego set, but he got something much better. He got to see the relief and joy on Mrs. Gable's face. He earned her trust. At that moment, Ben finally understood what his parents meant. He had sent out his boomerang of honesty, and what came back wasn't money or a reward. It was a feeling of deep, genuine happiness, and the knowledge that he had done the right thing. And that, Ben realized, was the greatest treasure of all. From that day on, whenever he faced a choice, he always remembered the feeling of the honesty, boomerang coming back to him, and he always chose to be kind and true. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and and subscribe for more heartwarming tales. See you next time.